Test 2. Exam practice. Listening Part 4. You'll hear a radio interview with Greg Manolis, an Australian who collects menus. For questions 24 to 30, choose the best answer, A, B or C. You now have 1 minute to look at Part 4.
Pause the recording for 1 minute. You'll need to play the recording twice.
This morning I have with me Greg Manolis, who has one of the largest collections of restaurant menus in the country. Greg, how many have you actually got, and what sort of menus are they?
I must have around 6,000 by now. My family say that's too many for such a small house, that we've only got room for those that are worth some money, but I disagree. In fact, the number's increasing. Because whenever I see one I like the look of, I just have to have it. I know some collectors specialise in particular types of menu, such as old ones from events which have a place in history like royal weddings, but I don't. I've got all sorts.
So how did you develop an interest in such an unusual hobby?
It goes back to when I was a kid and I was doing a project for my history teacher about immigration to Australia in the 1950s. I knew my grandparents had come from Greece around then, so I asked them if they had anything from their journey that I could use, and they gave me loads of things from the ocean liner. There were tickets for the voyage, entertainment programs, and a menu. I was particularly fascinated by this item, thinking about what they ate, who with, and so on. And that started me collecting them. I asked my parents to bring home the menu whenever they ate out, and I picked some up too.
Don't the owners of these places mind? They must cost money to produce, after all.
I think the owners themselves are probably in favour of anything that makes their business better known. And it's not as if it costs them anything, because menus change quite often and the old ones just get thrown out. Though I do check first with the waiters because they might get rather annoyed if the place is busy and they suddenly find there aren't enough menus for all the tables.
Yes, I can understand that. But your relations with restaurants are generally good, aren't they?
Oh, yes, in most cases. In fact, there have been occasions when they phoned me about menus. Not to demand theirs back, of course, but because they know I'm a collector. If they're doing a special menu for the first time, for children, say, they want to find out what chefs usually put on it. And I'm happy to help with that. But I always make them promise to send me a copy afterwards.
So, do you have a lot of special menus in your collection?
Oh, yes. And not just from restaurants I've been to. I've got a lovely one from Mexico City where they were having a Scotland night with a special Scottish menu. I wish I'd been able to go to that and get it myself. One I did bring back from far away, though, was a beautifully designed one offering a selection of Indian dishes on an island in the Pacific. The food tasted fantastic too.
So, it can be an enjoyable hobby then. But how do you get hold of menus from places you or your family haven't actually been to? Do you have to pay for them?
Yes. For years I've been going to shops that sell collector's items, like old postcards and tickets, and they often have menus too. They're usually tiny little places with really knowledgeable owners, and whenever possible, that's where I get them. It's so much more fun than looking for ads in magazines for people who collect, or getting involved in buying things in online auctions, though I've done that too.
So, are auctions a common way of buying and selling them now?
Definitely. But I don't like buying them without being able to hold them and see what they really look like. And some of the prices are ridiculous. There's one from a Hollywood restaurant on sale at the moment with a buy-it-now price of $44,000. I know it's from 1928 and it's signed by big stars like Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, but even so.
But you must have some that are valuable.
Nothing like that. I've got a couple from places owned by famous singers. Most of them own a restaurant at some point in the 1960s. But they'd sell for a lot less than the menu they put together for my rugby team when they won the cup for the first time ever. Not that I would ever actually sell it, of course.